Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, based on where you are. Welcome back to yet another episode of the weekly market update with Joseph DiVirgilio and Irfan Khan.
What investors must know this week. Wow, you sounded like a radio DJ.
Well,
Yes.
in another
Welcome.
life, my friend, in another life. Yeah.
You're listening to WTGX, WDJX. That was a radio station I used to listen to
Okay.
years ago. Hi everybody. I'm Joseph DiVirgilio, hedge fund manager with over 25 years experience running long, short equity funds, and Irfan is my partner in crime, investor. You can describe yourself.
That's it. There's not much else to say.
So we're going to get to, as usual, to equity market update, economic data update, what to expect this week, much more. And we're going to talk about insider trading, by the way. That's something very interesting that can be surprising if you're not following the news. It's fun, but before we get to all that, we're going to start with the statistic of the week. Which one is that?
Rightio then. So the 46 stock miracle. 46. Why 46? We'll see. In a landmark study of global wealth creation, finance professor Hendrik Bessembinder found that out of 64,000 stocks globally, just 46 companies accounted for half of all net wealth created. 46 out of 64,000.
And that goes, see, every statistic that we point to, that we introduce you guys to, points to the same direction. Diversification is key, right? So you can't possibly pick out of 64,000 stocks those 46 stock companies that are going to create wealth for you. You're going to inevitably have losers in your portfolio, and more likely to not. So diversification is very important, and geographical diversification is also very important.
Oh, so you're saying we shouldn't just go and put all of our money into the New York Stock Exchange?
Well, the New York Stock Exchange has companies that are also companies that are not U.S. based trading on. So, if you bought the S&P 500, for example, you would be immediately diversified internationally because I think it's 45% of the revenue that generated by the S&P 500 constituents come from abroad. So you are technically diversified, but that to me is not enough. I rather buy names that are outside of the United States as well, not just buy American companies that have businesses elsewhere, around the world. So that's my thing. I mean, I always wanted to, be diversified geographically, also because you want to have a little bit of emerging markets in your portfolio. You want to have, Japan, Europe, United States. For argument's sake, Canada and Australia, if you're big into basic minerals and gold and commodities and whatnot. So that's my thing. I like to diversify geographically, not just by buying American multinational, right? So the equity market recap. We had last week. We had a really, really volatile week. Basically, market ended up flat, wiping all intra-week gains on Friday due to, and we were all-time highs, by the way, and this is due to macroeconomic pressure. The PPI and the CPI basically have shook the market because now you have they have actually they've come out stronger than expected. And it's basically telling me that inflation is coming back stronger, faster rather. And the CPI, which is the consumer price index, and the PPI, the producer price index, they both had, they're alarming to me. They're alarming because we haven't seen the end of this. This is factoring in not even a month, a whole month of the war. So this 3.8%. Oh, so let me look at that. Well, let's just a second. I'm going to take my look at my notes a second here. So yeah, the week's defining economic narrative was accelerating inflation. So this is the consumer price index at 3.8% year over year. Yeah, this is not good news. We're going to see the worst is yet to come when it comes to U.S. inflation.
Ouch.
Yeah, and this is. Again, I repeat this. There was no need for this war. Trump went to China hoping to come back with some help from China, and he got nothing.
You think he went to seek help?
It was one of the things. One of the things that was on the agenda was to talk about the Strait of Hormuz, because China gets 20 to 25%, even more, of their oil from there. I can't possibly imagine Xi Jinping being happy that he's paying a lot more for oil, because the village idiot Trump, started a war that Benjamin Netanyahu convinced him to start. So, to me, and when he was there, Xi Jinping said to Trump, "You have a falling. Your nation is failing." And he didn't get it. Trump is stupid enough not to get it, and he thought, "Oh yeah, I know, because Biden, blah blah blah." I mean, you can't be more dumb than this dumb fuck. Just full stop. It's just. We're going to get to more about this fucking guy. So here we go. The CPI 3.8 and the PPI, which is the producer price index, at 6% annually. That was the number I was looking for. These are the two economic data that shook the market, along with the fact that the Strait of Hormuz has not been resolved. There's another dynamic going on. The fact that, if you remember last month, the UAE asked the U.S. Treasury for a $20 billion swap. The UAE is a very wealthy country, and they don't need money from us. They just needed a swap because otherwise they would have had to start selling treasuries. And they have about $90 billion worth of treasuries, U.S. treasuries. So everybody sees this as the United States handing some sort of a bailout to the UAE because they're not selling any more oil, because they sold zero oil. Like Kuwait, even worse. But I think it's the other way around. What they're saying is, if you don't want a domino effect to happen on your treasuries, we're going to sell. Because we're going to sell close to $100 billion worth of them. And we start, Kuwait is going to follow, and others are going to follow. The U.S. is going to end up in a financial cataclysm. So this is a U.S. bailout. These guys are telling, we need cash. We're going to sell our fucking treasuries if you don't fucking, resolve the situation that you created, or give us $20 billion as a currency swap.
Oh, wow.
This is what I see. And I hope, and I really say this, and I really hope that we're not going to start flirting with, dumping U.S. treasuries, because that would, like I said, create a financial cataclysm. I mean, it's just as plain as that. If everybody starts selling because they need, look, even China, Japan, any other country who needs cash to buy oil, they're the first thing they're going to do is sell their treasuries. So very scary. I want to talk about insider trading. So Trump, in the first 3 months of this year, traded 3,700 times in his account. 3,700 trades.
He must have somebody doing it for
Although,
him.
no, who knows? His kids, I don't fucking know. The fucking corrupt family. But, and every single time he traded was right before he would make an announcement. So, for example, he bought NVIDIA, and then 2 days later, 3 days later, went public saying, I'm allowing NVIDIA to sell chips to China. Stock rallied 20%, 15% that day, and he sold. And he's been trading these stocks every single time. Boeing, Palantir. He bought Palantir, and then he out of the blue. I remember when he said this, and I was like, why the fuck is he talking about Palantir? We know that they have government contracts, but you go out and say Palantir is a great company for our military. Buy Palantir, something to that effect. Now we understand what this guy has been looting the United States. I grew up with a Wall Street that prohibited me from trading on inside information. If I know that, I don't know, a company is about to buy another company, and I know that beforehand, and I buy the company that's being acquired, the stock of the company being acquired, because I have that knowledge, I go to jail.
Well, because you're not somebody holding high, you're not at a high level of government office.
This should be a much bigger story within the financial community, at least. Maybe the normal public who has nothing to do with the stock market or investing because perhaps they don't have the capital means to do it. And but those like us, we should be really fucking pissed about this, because this is not normal. This is corruption at its core.
Well, regardless of who does it.
I you know how many times I could have traded on inside information and I never did because out of respect for the rules? And because I didn't want to go to jail, of course. I don't want to go to jail. But this is just completely, it's crazy. I'm sorry, but this is nuts. So 3,700 trades in the first quarter. That's amazing. That's fucking. Wow. And this is the president of the United States, guys. It's amazing. Stock of the week. C3AI or C3.ai. The ticker is AI. So this company has been going through a lot of problems. The CEO, founder and CEO, Siebel, he was going blind at some point, and he had to give the reins of the company to someone else. The stock has been struggling ever since. Stock went from 20 to 9. But Siebel is back. He's taking back control of the company. It seems like his health problems or eye problems have gone away. He's back, and I am now bullish again this company. I knew that at some point they were going to be acquired, and that was the idea, that somebody would acquire the company. But it appears that now things are moving back in the right direction. Their earnings were not so bad, the earnings report. And what they do is fascinating. I invite everybody to go to c3ai.com. I think it's the website. And go look at their videos. And
maybe just c3.ai.
No, it's .com, whatever it is. Okay. But just C3AI and Google it, and you'll find the website. And they use artificial intelligence and sensors to prevent or to prevent things from breaking or malfunctioning. So before something malfunctions, the sensor will let a system know that this is about to fail. You better change this now. And they cater to the oil industry, infrastructure industry, and so they plant these AIs, these intelligent sensors around say an energy plant, a power plant, and basically monitors the functionality of each individual component of this power plant, and tells you if something is about to break before it does, or if something needs to be replaced before it breaks. so to avoid you having to spend a lot more money once something has gone bad. You know what I mean? So I love, if you look at, guys, whoever follows us, go to their website, look at their website has I think it's our clients, a section of their clients like ExxonMobil, and you go look at their videos because they show you exactly what they do, and I love that. It's impressive, and it's a company that has a $1.5 billion market cap now, but I think it's worth more now that the CEO is back. This is good. It's good. Again, it's speculative, but I think all the elements are there for the stock to come back. And I'm in. I bought it, and so we wait and see what happens.
Good one.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I got to tell you, I'm still very, very shaken. I'm shaken by this 3,700 trades, Trump's trades. I couldn't sleep last night when I read this. I
mean, I would imagine that you have the judiciary going after this or investigating this to
look, all I know is
decide whether, hey,
this piece of shit is doing all the things, everything that he does. He's doing it like if I'm never going to get caught. Like, what the fuck has this guy planned for the U.S. the midterm elections? And for the presidential election of 2028, what does he know that we don't know? That he says I will never be touched, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. Anybody else would be okay. When I lose power, they're going to come after me because I did illegal shit, right? He doesn't have that worry. I don't understand why. Why doesn't he worry about the fact that he will be prosecuted for all the stuff that he's doing? What does he know that we don't? I am really concerned about that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's freaking me out. It really is. And, I'm so pissed off because, almost 30 years on Wall Street, and I obeyed the rules. And here comes this fucking guy, and he's trading on shit right before he talks about it so he can make money. And you know how many people lose money that way? It's unreal. It's unreal. Oh, God.
Anyway, folks, this cannot be overstated.
Oh, yes, absolutely not.
Everything that we discuss is not financial advice. Obviously, we could not possibly be sort of giving you recommendations individually, because obviously this is basically us discussing just what we do.
Correct.
So it is not to be misconstrued.
It's not financial advice. This is not financial advice. Talk to your financial advisor if you want. If you want to do anything with your portfolio. This is my fund's portfolio. We discuss what's in our portfolio, what we like. We invite you to go look at it, but we're not telling you to buy it. Okay, so that's one thing. And the other thing is, please subscribe to the channel, share, comment, like, all the things that you usually would do if you really like us. we definitely and we want to thank everybody because we've seen incremental growth on the channel and viewership. So we want to thank everybody for that. And today I've been a bit more emotive because I'm pissed off about this insider trading crap. But nevertheless, it's still me, Joe, the guy who tells you about stocks.
I mean, obviously, we'd be interested in hearing more about your opinions, folks, in terms of what you think about this series of events, insider trading and so forth, or what seems to be insider trading, at least. Obviously, I mean, a judge could say no, it was not insider trading, so what appears to be insider trading. But then, hey,
yeah. Well, yeah, let us know what you guys think, because I want to see the comments below, and I would like to see how many people agree with me. I'm pretty sure there are many there. Okay, guys, we're done for today, and we'll see each other next week. Again, please subscribe, comment, share, and like. And we'll be here next week for more. Thank you again.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.